The very idea shocks and offends. Babies bought and sold on the streets, victimizing the children and the families who want to adopt them. It's not just in some faraway country, but right in our own backyard. In this Fox 11 investigation, we expose the baby sellers. A Los Angeles man goes deep into Mexico to buy a baby. Within hours, he meets this woman. She has several to choose from. They set the deal. But this Los Angeles man is really a cameraman, a Fox 11 undercover producer pretending to buy a son. Seller agrees to meet later. Jose Ramirez is a Televisa reporter who helped set up the meeting. He covers Mexico's active trade in black market babies. Some are sold in the streets. Other schemes use phony adoptions as a cover. You're watching Jeff and Sarah Crutchkow's home video of their very first meeting with a Mexican child they hope to adopt.
And all we wanted to do was give a home and a family to a child who didn't have one.
The girl plays in the office of Mario Reyes, a Mexican lawyer in Sonora. One of his associates looks after the child. The Crutchkows had to pay a $20,000 adoption fee and then got to take their new daughter home.
Reyes gave us a pack of paperwork and said, this is everything you need.
But it was all a scam.
We found out that her paperwork was fraudulent and that the adoption wasn't legal.
And that meant years of living in fear, knowing that at any moment their daughter could be taken back to Mexico.
The stress level, just the fact that, are we going to be able to keep her? Is everything going to work out? Was very, very extreme.
The lawyer, Reyes, was arrested and pleaded guilty to bringing in and harboring aliens. He was sentenced to 30 months in federal prison. Experts say Mexico is plagued by shady adoption lawyers and even criminal rings selling babies on the street.
There's a specific issue regarding to adoptions that occur with Mexico, because it is fairly easy to cross the border into the United States without going through the visa process.
Last year, 7 people were arrested in Tijuana for selling babies to Americans.
¿Sabes cuánto? 50,000 de los verdes.
This baby is for sale in Monterrey, Mexico. Televisa reporter Jose Ramirez is able to openly negotiate a deal, including the fee to smuggle the infant into the U.S. Ramirez says sellers here prey on desperate American couples willing to take huge risks to get a child. A recent congressional report says underground baby selling in the U.S. has become a big business, and the biggest source of the children being sold is Mexico.
We could do this. Okay. The money is right.
This baby seller offers Mexican kids for sale in L.A. Here he cuts a deal with the Fox 11 producer posing as a would-be parent. The price, $25,000. They arrange a meeting in Tijuana with the ringleader, Xochitl.
I talked to Xochitl. You can leave the hotel and meet us at the mall.
The Xochitl is a no-show. Mexican police watch nearby, ready to make a bust. Instead, they put Xochitl's cohort under investigation, hoping he'll lead them to the rest of the baby-selling ring. Sources confirm that the Xochitl heading this ring is the same woman arrested several years ago in an adoption scheme that targeted this family.
What are you doing, huh?
Fox 11 News first met Jeff and Carol Tomlinson back in 1998 in Tennessee. They had just gone to Mexico and adopted a 3-month-old baby they named Hannah.
She never ceases to amaze us.
But the baby broker, a Mexican attorney, had misled them. She and her accomplice, Xochitl, were arrested and charged with baby selling. That scandal forced at least 2 other Americans to give up the babies they were adopting. Tomlinson's kept Hannah, but have been in legal limbo ever since.
She's been here with us since she was 3 months old, and she's 9 now.
6 times 2.
The United States will not grant Hannah citizenship until the Mexican courts rule on the adoption. If the adoption is rejected, she'll likely be sent back to Mexico.
We don't know where she is or where she would end up at that point.
They've taken their case all the way to Mexico's Supreme Court, but still no decision.
Every time the phone rings, if it's an unknown number, it's kind of scary as whether you want to pick the phone up or not.
Here she comes. Whee!
As for the Crutchkows, they finally won the battle to get their daughter a U.S. citizenship certificate.
relief, and we lock it away. Put it in the safe.
David now runs a website helping other parents fight corrupt international adoptions.
When you have first world money, meaning third world poverty, that's where corruption starts to rear its ugly head.
Krechkow and other adoption advocates call for federal regulation of the entire industry.
The focus should be on the children. Adoption is supposed to be about finding homes and families for children who don't have them.
Because you do too much cool stuff. I can't do that stuff.
The Tomlinsons agree. Despite all the problems, they say Hannah has made it all worthwhile.
She's an awesome kid. She's a daddy's dream. She make you smile inside and out in the way she's maturing and growing up.
You're my best little knuckle buddy.
People caught selling a baby to Televisa's Jose Ramirez were arrested. Jeff and Carol Tomlinson are still battling with Mexico's courts to legalize their adoption.